Hey guys, welcome back to 5nothing100nothing.com. I am Fugget, the fittest underdog guru using intelligent tactics. And today, guys, I want to bare my soul just a little bit. I've been on a little journey, and it's a journey of, I guess you can call it minimalism. Now, I've through my life, I've never been one to really be attracted to flashy things or expensive things or the mass consumption of things. I've always valued achievement and personal accomplishment or personal development much more so than things. So I've always driven very small cars. There were times where people are like, oh, you need to get a Jaguar, you should get a Mercedes and this and that. But if it meant something to me, or if it was something that was like, in my heart and soul that I really wanted it, I think knowing how I'm a bucket list master, I pretty much filled up a bucket list once and had to come up with some new bucket list ideas, things in life and goals that I want to achieve. And I think what happens is, when you're younger, because this is something that was in me, but there were some different drives and motivators in my 20s and 30s. In those times, it was a matter of making my place and finding my fit in the world. Who was I? What was I going to do for a career? How could I show success? So whether it was being married, having a family, buying a house, validating myself through my accomplishments in, my professional life. What happens there's other influencers that can explain this better than I can, perhaps, but like when you go to the top, you're trying to climb to the top of the mountain, and when you get to the top, it's very lonely because it continues to go up like a pyramid, and there's only so much space at the top as you go closer and closer to your goals. So, I looked at all of that, and once I, achieved this, very high level of success, I wasn't any happier. In fact, my life and my head space was more chaotic. And I'm not, putting down or demonizing success or achievement, but I am trying to keep it in its proper context by saying what my experience was with it. And it was nice to achieve things and to, feel accomplished and what have you. But I found that it really didn't mean a lot to me. Once you achieve it, now what? Now where do you go? What do you do? Do you just keep going up, the ladder and trying to accumulate more and have more and more and more and more? And I thought, well, if I'm moving away from peace of mind and happiness, then I'm not going in the right direction. So, I basically started to streamline and simplify my life a little more all the time over the last maybe half a decade. And some of it may have to do with the idea or the fact that, I'm a dad, and, I have a son who's almost 12 years old, and I wanted to be around for him. And I didn't want to be the workaholic dad that was never there for his family, but, could pay for everything. And, I didn't know if that, because I've seen a lot of people that, were in that position, and their kids grew up really screwed up because they never had that relationship with their parent, because the parent was always, seeking personal achievement and career status and whatnot, as opposed to being there, when their kid needed them. So on some level, finances and whatnot will give you the freedom of time and of choice, because you do have the resources, and then you can spend more time on one level with your kids or your family. But there's a balance in that, and I think some people are better than others at doing it. I would say I was not the greatest at it, so I did a little soul searching and retracted a little bit in my life and wasn't as public, or didn't go after as many opportunities in TV or whatnot that I could have. And I was really just trying to find that inner peace and happiness again. So what I've been doing recently, I'm realizing I'm on the right track with it, is like decluttering and downsizing my stuff. And using certain websites and marketplaces to sell off things that I've accumulated over the years that really I haven't used in a long time, and they're just sitting there and they have value to others, whether it's collectibles, or whether it's you have too many chairs, or you have too many devices that you don't use, or whatever. But there's a lot of things that you just have too much stuff. And I credit Gary Vaynerchuk of the Gary V Show when he does his Saturday garage sailing, and he goes and flips things. He buys things and sells them on eBay. And I was watching that, and I said, and he doesn't value stuff either. He says, I need the basics and this and that. But it was for him the game, the grind of it, having fun with it. And I said, this, he's making this look fun. So I started playing with it with like eBay Marketplace and everything, and I'm having a blast now. And I've been teasing my clients that my full-time job now is buying and selling on eBay, and my part-time job is personal training. I think they're believing me, and I'm starting to wonder if that's not the case, myself. But anyways, so for me, it's the decluttering is doing amazing things for my emotional and psychological peace of mind, and I feel fantastic about it. Changing consumption habits. I started to look across the board at what I consume in my life, from television to upgraded internet to whatever, and I'm thinking, okay, what's enough? Like, where am I being wasteful? What do I have the intention of using but haven't used? And realizing that, like, okay, you're throwing money away here or there, you need to reel this in. And because sometimes we don't have a money problem, we have a spending problem. And or not that we don't have enough money, we don't make enough money, it's that we spend too much money. And that's a really big thing. And I think I saw that in my family growing up as well. And I learned from that. So, part of all of that also is prioritizing, what's important in your life. Where do you want to focus your time and your energies? And it's really enlightening. And it starts with, just like fitness, it starts with that first step. And, you get moving in that direction, and you build momentum, and you reassess how you're feeling about the things you're doing, and the decisions you're making. And you start to break that emotional attachment to stuff, or what its meaning was to you. And you got to understand if you're being nostalgic, or if it still has importance in your life and going forward is going to mean anything to you. So for me, the big whys with minimalism is like why I'm doing it is it's really to spend less time of my life maintaining stuff, whether it's upkeep on things, whatever it is, but it consumes a lot of your time. Like somebody that has a home, and then they have a summer home, or they have an up north home, or whatever, and all of those things take resources and time to maintain and protect and everything else. And it can be daunting on one person, or even on a family. And you've got to ask yourself, the one thing I can't get back is time. So where do I want to spend my time? Now, if you enjoy that, great, go get it. You know, take over the world, buy half the land, whatever you want to do, if that's what makes you happy. I found that it wasn't making me happy. So that's why, you know, I've had to do some soul searching and figure out, you know, for me, what was going to make me happy. So I want to spend less time maintaining stuff, right? Time and resources, and spend that time on the things that really make me happy, which are personal development, even career development, the learning of new ways to take care of the body, better ways to feed the body, the human psyche, the emotions, our behaviors, why we do what we do, and spending more time as well with people that matter to me and loved ones. So those are the things that at this point in my life are very important. And maybe it's just an age thing, I'm not sure, but you know, I'm always growing, always getting better, and not going back. So guys, give me your thoughts on that. You know, I'm not going all crazy hippie, you know, on you or anything, but I'm just basically sharing where I'm at and why, for the first time in a long time, I have true peace of mind and am centered and feel like I know I'm going in the right direction for me. So guys, take care, enjoy the rest of your day.